Well, hello and welcome to Bowtie Life. If you're just stumbling along finding our channel, please be sure to subscribe. We put out a video most days and don't want to miss anything that's happening here in the Bowtie Gardens, in our house, harvesting, or anything else. We cover lots of stuff. We talk mostly about gardening and sometimes about life. So be sure to subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much for coming back and watching another video. All this helps grow the community that we're building here. This video was originally shot to be two videos edited into one. And to tell you the truth, after spending 3 days trying to do so, I have decided that it's a lot of trouble and it just needs to be 2 videos. So in this video, this is the second part. If you haven't seen the first part, you can click up here in this corner where Cousin Bowtie Brett tries these same mixes. We actually do these little things of fermented hot pepper mash, which is what this is. First thing, we ferment it for about a month in a jar like this with a fermenting lid. And then we pour out the salt water and use an immersion blender and turn it into a mash. This stuff is hot. It's delicious. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Now, there's a lot of jalapeno, probably about half jalapeno, which is what I did for the past 2 batches. This is batch number 5. Batch number 4 and 5 were about half jalapeno. And so it's not as hot as some of the earlier stuff. And next, batch number 6, we're going to start moving into one kind of hot pepper, like fatale is what I'm thinking. I got a ton of fatale peppers. I got a ton of Scotch bonnet peppers. So I want to do something with one of those. So anyway, then we mix that mash with one of these vinegars. We got 4 different kinds of vinegars. We got our white wine, red wine vinegar, we have rice vinegar, and we have apple cider vinegar. No sponsorship, it's just the ones I picked off the shelf at Walmart. No sponsorship, but we try these things. So, because in this video, Cousin Bowtie Mark is our victim, and basically we wanted to find out which one we liked, and the results were surprisingly different in both parts. They were very different, and I didn't realize that the difference, the taste of different people. And so I liked one thing. You'll have to see the last video. Cousin Bowtie Brett liked another thing. And you'll have to see the last video. And then this video, Cousin Bowtie Mark likes something else. And I was very surprised. I thought maybe we'd get a consensus along the way, but we really didn't. And so I thought that was very peculiar. But anyway, so follow along and watch this video. Here we go. Hi, I'm Bowtie Dave. Okay, so we're here for the second victim.
Now let's not create an on-camera medical emergency.
Okay, well, we do have, and Brett, you haven't met Brett yet, but Brett doesn't need milk.
Okay.
He is the kind of guy, so yeah, we do have whole milk here, and we'll pour that before we get opening these. But this is some of the peppers that we've got in there. Of course, a lot of people might be familiar with fatale. I think this is my hottest pepper that I'm growing. Peri Peri is pretty hot. Scotch bonnet. This is the Jamaican spice.
Oh, that's
it's pretty
interesting
hot.
shape.
Yeah, it's pretty hot. It's really hot. Of course, jalapenos. Mm-hmm. Beautiful looking jalapenos. We got a ton of these. In fact,
and you grew all of these.
Yeah, these are all. I just went out and cut them in the garden.
Cool.
I think we're somewhere around 8 pounds of jalapenos we've harvested this year. So yeah, it's a lot. And of course, Tabasco, the famous pepper. This is actually a Tabasco pepper turned red. They do turn red. Most people don't realize that, but if you leave it on the plant longer, it gets hotter.
So this is literally what Tabasco sauce is made
Yes,
from.
this is it. This is the very pepper. And then, of course, now this is shishito. Now, shishito is not a hot pepper. In fact, you can eat that. This is not a hot pepper. The difference is, and we were discussing this last night, I actually, and Mrs. Bowtie can attest to this, I harvest the plant, my shishito pepper plant and my peri pepper plant, these are normally a bit longer, are planted like right next to each other. And so the branches are all tangled up together.
Right.
So I went out and I harvested a whole bunch of peri and told Jennifer they were shishito. And she cooked them up and she takes a big old bite of one. She never had anything so hot in her life. And she's still afraid of the shishito. But these are more related to a sweet pepper.
Here goes nothing.
Yeah, and you can eat them red or green. We actually cook them up green.
Well, we
blister them.
We
We scorch them, thank you. Scorch them in the, but they got a good flavor to them. Does that one taste good? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Put
I'm
it
not
with a
feeling
little
any
gar-
heat.
No, there's no heat.
Put it with a little garlic aioli.
Yeah. So,
Okay, that was good.
anyway, that's the peppers that we have in. I think I'm missing something. I feel like I'm missing something. Am I missing something? I can't remember. Well, the one big thing is, I've been making this fermented hot pepper sauce for a couple of years now, few years now. I think this is year 3 or 4. I think it's year 3 officially. And when I started out, I wasn't using much jalapeno. Now it's about half jalapeno, which jalapeno is the mildest pepper I grow out there,
Okay.
or that's here. I do have one. I was hoping I had some peppadew. It's a fraction of what the jalapeno is.
Oh, wow.
I was hoping I'd have one of those for you to eat
Yeah.
before we got started today. But anyway, so I started fermenting hot pepper sauce because I knew that there were health benefits to eating pepper every day, and I actually mix these in with my eggs, as we've already talked about in this video. But I mix a teaspoon. In fact, one of these goes in my scrambled eggs every single morning, and it's just enough to make it just a little spicy.
Yeah.
But it's supposed to be good for you. In fact, and I've talked about Chili Chump's video, but he talks about how it's good for cardiovascular heart health, gastrointestinal health, pain relief, incontinence,
Wow.
Alzheimer's and cognitive degradation, diabetes, obesity, cancer. This is just some of the things. And
Wow.
his video, which I'll link in the description and in the corner here if you're on a device that can do the cards, I'll put a link to his video. You can watch the video, but also look at the description, because the description has every single study, peer-reviewed study that looks into all these things.
Kind of like
So-
a superfood.
yeah, it kind of is. So,
Well, the closest I've come to my eggs is this year I've started adding sriracha sauce.
oh, there you go. See,
Yep.
and that's a good one.
Not a lot, but a little
That's
bit.
and that's good. So I don't have any sriracha here, but we do have hot peppers. It's about half jalapeno and half other stuff, hotter stuff, much hotter stuff.
Okay.
So, as I said last night, this is not salsa. I know we're eating it on Tostito chips, but
Right.
it is not salsa. So don't be just plopping it on there like you would a salsa. Now all these have a blocked out label, which is turned away from us, and just kind of keep the lids lined up with the so we can get it back on the right thing. But so I did change the labels. Last night we discovered that my label you could actually see through.
So that's cheating, yeah.
Yeah, well, you couldn't quite see through because there's stuff sitting caked on the edge or whatever.
Oh, it's
And,
something.
Yeah, so you can kind of get the smell of it. So
I
what
could
this
see where
is,
it would be like salsa. You could
yeah,
mistake it
you could
easily.
mistake it, yeah, but it's quite a bit hotter. So anyway, so we have the 4 different kinds of vinegar that we're using here, and we'll see if you can identify any of them. I've got them in a different order from last night, so we'll just have to see. But basically what we do, and we'll start down here on your end, is
Do you know what the order is, or did you?
I don't.
Did you shuffle them?
I shuffled them. Now That might be a bit much.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with a little less than that.
Okay. But you can, now, so what we're testing here is I mix half mash, and we've already talked about how this is the stuff we mix up for the mash, and it's fermented for almost a month. Actually, as of now, what is today? Monday, so this is the first, in 2 more days it'll be a full 30 days. But 28 to 38, oh, so today's 28 days, so it's like perfect.
Yeah,
but anyway, so what I do is I mix about half the mash with half some kind of a vinegar product. And I've been using distilled white vinegar, and I want to move on to something better. And that's what we're testing here, is to see how the vinegar tastes and see if you can figure out what vinegar we're tasting. So anyway.
I just want to survive this.
You will. So did you get too small a taste?
That's delicious, and
It is
I'm
good.
feeling a little bit of it.
Yeah,
but
that is
nothing like, oh my God.
Yeah. I'm
Just
feeling a
kind of
little bit of it too. After
warm.
you've had a few, you'll be happy for the milk.
Is it cumulative?
It is definitely giving. We noticed that last night. So
Well, what y'all should do is you should take a sip of the milk in between to try and cleanse it.
you think so?
And
Okay.
stop the slow buildup.
So, well, no, so that the flavors aren't, you've got a fresh for the flavor.
Fresh palate.
Clean
Okay.
your palate, yeah.
So I did
Okay, that was
notice.
tasty.
Yeah, that was tasty. I noticed there was a little bit of sweetness in there. In fact, I'll go ahead and.
No,
No?
No.
Okay. All right. Mrs. Bowtie says I can't uncover the vinegars yet for him. So anyway, if you think you can identify any of the vinegars, feel free to speak up, because.
I'm just enjoying the taste of it.
Okay. Yeah, that was actually very good.
Mhm.
I wonder if that's the one we started with last night. So.
And I just got to say, while we're prepping that, in my lifetime, I grew up in a family that didn't eat spicy food,
Right.
so I didn't become accustomed
Yeah.
to it.
So
and
this is
as an
new for
adult,
you. Mhm.
I really didn't. Not that I actively avoided, but I never had a really warm, hot food,
Right.
or tried to gravitate to it. So this is, for me, kind of all brand new territory.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see what I've been avoiding.
Yeah, and this is actually good stuff too. You will end up with a take home bottle of some kind,
Yeah.
and maybe some other parting gifts. So last night, Brett went home with a little gift bag. But okay, so now notice this one is darker.
Mm-hmm.
This one looks a little lighter. That one's darker. So yeah, this is in completely different order from last night, because last night somehow the 2 dark ones were here, the 2 light ones were here, but I don't know which dark one that is. So.
It's hard to tell, but this one looks like the darkest from over
Yeah, it
here.
does. Yeah, it does. Okay. So here we go with one of the light ones here.
All right.
Okay. That one is a lot milder as far as the vinegar
Mhm.
taste.
Definitely taste the vinegar.
Yeah.
Much stronger.
Mhm.
And I feel zero heat. And it might
Okay,
sneak
so-
up on me, but I'm not feeling the heat.
I was thinking that too. It's not nearly as hot.
But definitely the vinegary, and not in a bad
Yeah.
way. But that's the star of that.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I still like that one better.
Me too.
I'm actually going to. Yeah, no, I'm not going to swap those. I was going to swap them, but no,
Leave
we
them
leave them
alone.
as it is. So okay, so
They're
the next
set.
one here was that.
Take some milk.
Oh yeah, reset.
Are we doing this one?
Yep. Mrs. Bowtie is the referee. He's been instructed not to talk about any of the results from last night, so not until we do the reveal.
Well, you do need adult supervision.
I know. One of our favorite YouTube channels. He says he has a T-shirt that says "It's not my fault."
defense.
In my defense, I was left unsupervised.
I like that.
He's always got a snarky comment on his T-shirt. It's awesome. Okay, so Let's see what this one brings us. There's the heat coming back a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right at the end.
Yeah. Oh
Then it
yeah.
was like,
Oh yeah. There it is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
However, it was delicious.
It was
Flavor-wise,
delicious,
it
yeah.
was compared to
Yeah.
a
That's
bowl of
interesting
flavor.
how that.
Was that one a little warmer? Is that the warmest so far?
Yeah.
Yep,
It seems
definitely.
like it. So that was something I wondered if the different kinds of vinegars would. Well, there it is. Yeah. Because I'm getting the heat more out of that than I think out of the first one we tried.
For me, don't doubt this one.
Was
That packed a punch.
Yeah, it did.
It had a finish. I chewed
So-
the chip, but it took a couple of seconds, and then it was
Yeah.
like, whoa.
Yeah, I'm still feeling. Now, when I made these mixes, I did it on the scale. I did an exact number of grams it's supposed to be.
Okay.
So these are identical proportions. Actually, it's a 60-40 mix. 60% mash, 40% vinegar. I normally go 50-50, but I wanted to back it off just a little bit.
I'm still feeling that on my
Yeah,
tongue.
yeah, I am too. What on earth? Why
Yeah.
would it be so different? Because I'm still feeling it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't feel that first one.
I didn't either.
All right.
Actually, either one of these, heat-wise, even as somebody
Yeah.
who doesn't really eat peppers much, I didn't feel the heat out of either one. Now
Well,
that
it
one,
could
yes.
be that you just got some of the hotter ones on your chips than
True.
before.
Well, it's pretty well
True.
mixed.
Okay.
I don't know. I really mixed it up this time.
Was that one of the dark ones?
Yeah, the one we just did. Yeah,
I think it's the darkest of the four.
yeah, I think it
Over
is
here,
too.
It looks like it.
Which I think I know what it is, but I'm not sure now because I don't remember that happening on our first taste test.
Really?
But that's definitely hotter.
Yeah, one more milk slip.
Okay.
Yeah, my tongue is still a little
Yeah, a little bit. Okay, there we go. Okay. That's not as hot either.
Mm-mm.
That's really interesting. I didn't think it would affect it. Well, oh, there it comes.
Oh,
It does sneak up on
it
you.
warms up.
Yeah.
These two were very, very mild.
Yeah.
This one was by far the boldest, and I would think that one would be the second.
That is
But
interesting.
it was still relatively mild.
Yeah, it was mild. It was definitely milder than that one there. So this is what we've got. We've got white wine vinegar. We've got red wine vinegar. No sponsorship here. We have apple cider vinegar. And someone
rice.
suggested a rice.
Yes.
And I'm thinking this one here is the rice. And based on the color, I'm thinking that this is the red wine. Which would mean this is the white wine and that's the apple cider. I don't know yet. But let's see what we got. Let's start with this mild one. And these labels are gonna mess up. I did change them.
Oh,
That's apple
cider.
cider. What on earth?
Oh my gosh. Well,
Isn't that what you said?
That was
No.
the mild one. I got the rice one wrong.
no, the apple cider was going to be for this.
That's,
Oh,
I
for
thought
this.
one,
Yeah, yeah.
I thought, okay, so what is this one then? What on earth? So the apple cider vinegar really tamed it down.
Yeah.
Okay, so this, oh man, I got them all wrong. White wine.
Yeah.
So obviously, white wine goes over here. Apple cider here. Okay,
Wow.
that apple cider was very mild.
Yeah, it really was. Yeah, the white wine and apple cider were
I've got to try that again because I don't understand that. Would the sweet have offset it somehow? That is not as hot. Oh, I got more heat that time. It still is not as hot. I wonder if the...
And that was pretty generous on my chip.
Yeah.
For me. No, that's not bad at all. That's tasty.
That's interesting. So this one's got to be the red wine. I have no doubt, just by the color.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
really red wine.
Yeah, it's good.
And that was pretty hot. That was the hot stuff.
That was the hottest one, yep.
And then, so I always thought that the rice wine was a milder vinegar. Or I'm sorry, not rice. The rice vinegar was a milder vinegar, but it was not any milder than the white wine as far as the hot sauce.
As somebody who enjoys cooking Asian-inspired meals,
Yeah.
I'm very familiar with using the rice wine vinegar.
Yeah.
And
that's why I added it, because someone suggested it's like, oh,
Yeah.
Mark's gonna.
But now with the flavor profiles and
Yeah.
Asian-based seasonings, now I'm tasting what it really tastes like when it's the rock star out front.
Yeah. Interesting.
Wow.
All right. Well,
I'm gonna have one more if you don't mind.
yeah, and have as much as you want.
So the apple cider vinegar was the hit today.
Well, it was
today.
it was the milder one.
So which is the best flavor one?
I still like the red wine.
Even though it's hot.
Yeah, it's very hot. I don't understand how it's so different. I might start using between the red wine and the apple cider vinegar in the future. So,
For me, it's a tie between apple cider and the white
Yeah.
wine. For the
For the flavor?
flavor, yeah. Yeah, I can't really decide
Yeah.
between the two. I enjoyed both of these, and neither one of them were like, oh my God,
yeah,
my mouth's on fire.
that was pretty good. Yeah, but I don't understand why the red was so much hotter. That was a little different from last night. I didn't really know, of course.
So how did it go last night?
Well, Brett liked the red wine a lot better, and I actually was between the red wine and the apple cider.
Okay.
I do like the little sweetness that the apple cider vinegar has in the back end, but I think that sweetness is counteracts the heat a little bit.
Let me try this one more time, the apple cider.
That surprised me. Oh, he's got a big dollop of that now. You're getting braver now. We got more milk, so have as much as you want. Okay. Well, folks, there you have it. Comparison of a few different vinegars. If you have not yet done so, if you're just stumbling along finding this channel, we do all kinds of stupid stuff and smart stuff in the garden. We talk mostly about gardening and sometimes about life, but I'm starting to get a little bit of a runny nose here. But anyway, if you haven't done it, please subscribe. If you have subscribed, thank you for watching another video. Both things help and help grow the channel. Also, if you thought this was informational, educational, inspirational, or just entertaining to watch a couple of old guys eating hot sauce, please click the thumbs up, share with your friends on social media. I will be talking more about what I'm going to be mixing up here. I do want to put a plug in for future videos. So far, and this is batch number 5, so far the 5 batches have been kind of a mishmash of a whole bunch of peppers. And there is garlic and onion in these from the garden as well. So everything in there is from the garden. But that's the way my mix has been so far. The next batches is going to be like specifically Fatale or specifically Scotch Bonnet, because I have a whole gallon bag full of, say, peri-peri peppers. I have a whole gallon bag full of jalapenos. I'm going to have a whole gallon bag full of the Fatale, and I almost have a gallon full of the Scotch Bonnet. So I'm getting more. I'm getting more specific on these flavors, and I'm still learning about how to do these things. I do know the Fatale. I made a Southern hot pepper sauce a couple years ago out of the Fatale, and it has a real flowery flavor to it. It's a surprisingly flowery aftertaste to it. It was very interesting. But that's just whole peppers with vinegar in it, and then you just pour it over your beans or your stew or whatever, and it was a hit. It was a major hit for everybody at church. Well, for the people that eat hot stuff at church. But
maybe you can send me a list of the ones that are prolific in your garden that you're going to have a lot of.
Yeah.
I can do some research
Oh,
on
yeah.
Pinterest and see which peppers are recommended for
Absolutely.
the types of kind of food
Yeah.
where it can be the rock star.
yeah, absolutely. I can do that. And I've got a few others coming. I've got the Thai Hots and the Dragon Cayennes coming. And those will be featured in future videos. I lost all those last year. So I was short last year on those, which is why I don't have any cayenne or Thai Hots in any of this. But those are growing, and we're going to have more. So anyway, stay tuned, subscribe, watch out for future videos, and yeah, it's good having you here.
I had a great time.
Always nice having you
Thanks
here.
for being gentle with me.
Yeah, it was good enough to be gentle, so I think it qualified.
It's surprisingly delicious as a rookie.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, alrighty. There you go, folks. Have a blessed day.